Well, it's a windy Headingley this afternoon that welcomes Leeds out, and they're on the verge of equalling a disastrous record for them. Not since the season of 1948-49 have they been nilled in 3 consecutive games, and if they would have been nilled today, of course, they would equal that record, and I'm sure that will be keen to appease that, even if it's only a drop goal. And both sides, after promising starts of the season, drop down now into mid-table and really battling for top 8 positions. Both sides out of the cup, of course, and OK had a disaster at Workington. I'll just go through the teams with you now. For Leeds, Phil Ford comes in for the injured John Gallagher at 1. John Bentley, Carl Gibson, Mike Coetti and Eddie Rombo at 3 quarters. Gary Schofield is at 6, and Paul Arkin restored to the side at 7. Steve Malloy, Richard Gunn and Sean Wayne make up the front 3. And Cavalier, Roy Powell, Gary Devorti, the back 3. The substitutes are David Heron and Gary Lord. And for OKR, Mike Fletcher is at full-back. Steve Haddy at number 2, Paul Fletcher, number 3, David Watson, number 4, and Tony Sullivan, son of course of Clive Sullivan, is at number 5. Mike Smith and Steve Robinson, the half-backs. Robinson, of course, went to Wembley with Halifax, Castleford product. The front row, Brian Niebling, Chris Rudd and Zook Emma, Des Addison, Andy Thompson, Paul Lyman, the back 3, Graham Hallis from Dudley Hill and Paul Speckman are the substitutes. And the referee, a change of referee, Mr David Asquith from York comes in for Jim Smith of Halifax, who's cried off this afternoon and given backward. So Rovers, of course, with the change of coach imminent at the end of the season. Roger Millward intimated that he's returning at the end of the season after many years in charge at Ulkinson Rovers, longest serving First Division coach. So he'll be hoping to put a trophy the Robins' way. And clever kick-off immediately, and Leeds caught napping there. And already Rovers immediately on the attack, and Leeds caught napping right from the kick-off there. Clever kick-off. And the penalty conceded immediately by Cavalier, so gives Fletcher, who doesn't miss these sort of things, an opportunity to kick for goal. And Leeds certainly not awake there at the kick-off. And that's good coaching and good thinking from OKR. A plan there of catching the side shot, everybody expecting a deep kick, which is things these days, but OKR, of course, not wanting to give up possession just because they're kicking off. And that's a wise move, and Fletcher has his chance immediately to put OKR 2 points to the good. So Leeds with a lot to prove this week after last week's nilling at Bradford in the Cup. The effort was very much back after the week before against Widnes. But Leeds, to be fair, wouldn't have scored if we'd have played well next Christmas. So there we have it, 2 points to 0. We've been playing just a minute. And Eddie Rombo salutes the south stand. Below me, Gary Schofield waits to kick off, and OKR with 3 men on that 10-yard line, they're not going to fall for the short kick-off. And Schofield's kicks long. And Leeds playing into what wind there is this afternoon. And blustery sort of a day, been raining this morning. Just enjoyed a veterans game between 2 sides picked from the Leeds Ex-Players Association, such luminaries as Barry Seaborn, Sid Hines, Alan Hardisty, and the oldest of the lot, Dennis Souls at 62. And some of them looked in fine form. Still all the skills on show from Skid Hines. Harrison making ground before Leeds bring him down. Brian Niebling, what a great tour Brian Niebling had with Australia a few years ago. Queensland forward. Fletcher kicks. And Ford watching that ball bounce and juggling with it and coming up, and the whole Ulkinson Rovers team up to greet him there. That's good running from Ulkinson Rovers. Bentley will look to bring Roy Powell on a run. In fact, he goes himself. Makes no ground whatsoever. Just gives the forwards chance to get back. And Harkin back in the midfield general's role. Powell, good tackling there from Rudd. Nemmer. Schofield now running out wide. Coetti in the centre. Gives it to Eddie Rombo. And Rombo, absolutely no running chance again there for Rombo. Addy just waiting to wrap him up as he got the ball. Harkin will put the kick in. Picked up by Mike Coetti. That's 6 more tackles. Fletcher roughing Coetti up a bit there. Harkin. Sean Wayne. Sean Wayne out for a long time, had a good game last week at Bradford. And they've all to face the Robins many times when he was with Hull, of course, in the derby games. All offside, so that's a penalty to Leeds. Richard Gunn scampers from acting half back. And Leeds get their first penalty of the game. So Schofield. The added responsibilities of kicking now that Simon Irving is injured. And that's a good run from Steve Malloy. Sean Wayne again, up to the 25. That's good play from Leeds. Sticking play up to the 25. Of course, the jump play again between the two sides there with a tremendous encounter. Powell bursting out of tackles, sidestepping, looking to offload, nobody there. And nobody on his right side, should I say. Carl Gibson was there. Not at the preferred side for Roy to unload. Arkin now, this is Leeds on the attack. It's inside, Schofield, jinking. Going himself, still going Gary Schofield. Chris Rudd brings him down. Play just inside the Rovers 25, and Leeds open to strike back immediately. Arkin. And Cavalier's through. A long ball out to Ford. Ford will go with it. And Ford gets in. That's a try to Phil Ford. Well, Leeds it back immediately. Try to Ford. The great work there from Arkin. Cavalier. Before that, Eddie Rumbo marked through the dummy, went himself. So Phil Ford on the score sheet, first match he's played for a while. This South fans salute him. And Norman Smith on with the send. And Gary Schofield not really wanting the send. He's dug a divot out of the pitch. So please Keith Boyce immensely. It will please the Leeds supporters even more if he can kick this penalty. So just watch that again on the replay. Good work there from Cavalier. Coming on to Arkin's pass and then a long ball out. And Ford lumping in. Missing out by Coiti. And Ford managing to get over despite the attentions of two would-be tacklers. One of who is receiving assistance now beneath the post. I can't quite make out what it is from here. It's in a bad way. It could be Andy Thompson. And Carl Gibson holding the ball. And as always, I think, tends to put the kicker off. And goal kicks could be important today. Mike Fletcher doesn't miss many for OKR. And Schofield, of course, well wide with that. So it's 4 points to 2. Leeds in the lead. So an entertaining start to this game. And action at both ends and just the penalty. Referee signals that that's the end of Andy Thompson's game. And so that's a sad blow for Hull KR. They're immediately having to bring a substitute on who isn't stripped off. The referee stops the clock. Paul Speckman coming on for Thompson. Speckman was a child prodigy, had a great game as a junior. In fact, that's 14, it's Graham Ellis that's coming on, so that's just a full main for you as well. And Graham Ellis came from Dudley Hill. He was an outstanding junior prospect. So Leeds in their own 25, trying to run it out now with Steve Malloy. All up quickly, Old Kingston Rovers up quickly. Arkin now. Cavalier, lovely ball to Mike Coedi, juggling with it. He's got Eddie Rombo with him, gives him it. Rombo ploughs inside, over the halfway line. Good ball from Rombo and Cavalier puts it down. That's good play there from Leeds. Evelyn crossing there, that's referee not seeing that one. And if he didn't do anything about it, Watson took out the player there. So Robinson drops the ball. product of the Red Hill Club in Castleford, Steve Robinson. As I said in the preview, played at Wembley with Halifax, and found his feet at Hull Kingston Rovers, particularly with David Bishop in dispute with that club. The referee not happy with the scrum. We'll have to see what he's going to give here. He's give a penalty to Leeds. And for Hull Kingston Rovers not packing the scrum down squarely, so Gary Schofield is going to kick, and he's going to kick the longest touchline. The ball blowing back in the wind. Move here, Arkin, switching play, bringing it himself. Puts Cavalier through a gap, that's good play. Oh, Matt Coady was with him, and Cavalier just looking the wrong side then as far as Leeds were concerned. Richard Gum taking men on. Arkin again, this is good play from Leeds, keeping the ball alive. So already that unwanted record, or equaling that unwanted record, is gone as Leeds have scored the 4 points, but I'm sure they'll want plenty more to raise the memories of those two nil-ins at the hands of Widnes and Bradford Northern. Roy Powell, ooh, almost there, being able to get the ball away. Leeds will spin it left with Harkin. Mike Coady running for the gap, can't get the ball away. Well parcelled up there, that's a 6 tackle, that's a turnover. Good plays the ball. Veteran Mike Smith still showing all class touches, the fine off half. Leeds up quickly. Kingston Rovers now coming away, and there's an overlap there, and only Eddie Rumbo. Fletcher's kick is down the field. The full forward. The forward will make sure, stop it with his boot. He's got Rumbo with him. Bentley in the middle of the field, open out the forwards. Sean Wayne. Well, Kingston, of course, put 8 players up for sale this week in an effort to solve a financial crisis, which really shouldn't have happened. They've just sold the ground and got plenty of money for it. A lovely ball there from Schofield. Mike Coady's got Rumbo with him. Rumbo coming inside. Mike Coady running towards the touchline. Rumbo going himself, straightening up now. Good play there from the winger. Devoti. Back to now, Schofield. Harkin. Long pass required here, and it's there for Carl Gibson, and Dave Watson up quickly, misses him. Leeds have an overlap there. Johnny Bentley going down the touchline side, still going Bentley. He's got Gibson with him, and that's another try to Leeds. That's great play from Leeds. Superb football from Leeds, from John Bentley, and from Carl Gibson there in the right place at the right time. And this is much better stuff from the liners. And the question we must ask ourselves is, why can't we do this when the pressure's on? Well, watch that again on the replay. Superb run there from Eddie Rumbo, set play up, and Harkin, a long pass was called for, and a long pass it was. Eventually John Bentley had the ball, powering down the touchline side, did well to hold him off. Dave Watson went looking for the tackle, missed it, and that created the overlap, and then back inside over the head pass. Carl Gibson, and Leeds 8 points to 2 in good with a kick to come. And Gary Schofield has a chance to put Leeds 10 points to 2 in the lead. It's a difficult kick in windy conditions, and he's kicked it. That's superb. So Hull Kingston found themselves trailing 10 points to 2 and playing 15 minutes of this first half here at Headingley this afternoon. That's for Roy Powell. That's a hard kick, and Roy Powell took that well, rocked him back on his heels. And Powers out up to the 25. Steve Malloy. Cavalier there, but not really. Leeds not really running from any depth and they're running out of attack. That was the difference we noticed a couple of weeks since when Widnes were here. Players had been running 20-25 yards when they caught the ball. Sini for Milo, etc. Ford, he's going to kick as he steps. Fletcher, well tackled, leads up quickly there at the kick. In fact, most of these players already downtown for the kick. Tony Sullivan. Harrison. Robinson goes himself, trying to slip the ball, but Leeds well, that well policed, that area behind the ruck, well policed today by Leeds. Evelyn's pass, little flat, just putting his man in trouble. David Watson it was, had a great game here in the Eagle Trophy game. Fletcher waits, Cap flicks his own up and under, which didn't gain a yard, and waits for the tackle and then hands the ball over. It'll be Gary Divordi to play for Leeds. Coedy running in the forwards. Coedy liking to run in the forwards. Says he didn't like playing centre, but he's head again this week. Richard Gunn. Steve Malloy. Harkin again. Schofield now. Coedy. Good ball inside to Eddie Rambo. Harkin with the kick. It's for Haddy. Apparently got plenty of pace, this lad Haddy running across the field at the moment. Cavalier bringing him down with the assistance of Richard Gunn. So Kemmer played a long time. Niebling. Fletcher, Paul Fletcher that is, brought down this time. Niebling again. Running at Gary Schofield, but well tackled there. There'll be something here for Addy. And Addy knocks on there. Just tension was diverted then. Roy Powell was laid on the floor for apparently no reason. Stuart Walker just on now, and Roy stepping out of the pack. He must have got a bang in a tackle there, but Roy appeared to be laid on the floor for no reason whatsoever. And Asquith of York just going to see what the problem is. And Roy back up. And the referee Smith not happy with that scrum. And Paul Harkin to feed for Leeds. It's out to Leeds. First clean scrum of the game. Divorti, Mendes, break there from Danny Divorti. And he's blessed with all the skills. By Powell in the middle of the field, probably didn't want that ball, wasn't expecting it. Sean Wayne wrestled to the ground. Steve Malloy knocking on. Rovers in possession. Robinson. Going absolutely nowhere, and certainly no organisation in the middle of the Rovers midfield, with Mike Smith and Robinson not really hitting it off this afternoon. Zukema. Oh, and a good break there from Paul Lyman, a former Featherstone player. That was a good half break, getting playing the 25. The Rovers a chance to put something together here. Mike Smith, clever player Mike Smith. Puts Des Harrison half through the gap. Evelyn just kicks for the corner. And Ford just lets that go out. So it's a tap on the 25. Just saying that ball went dead. Jabron runs himself and runs straight into trouble. That saw Rovers up quickly there. And Leeds again making no headway, and you can hear the crowd below me. The players just standing still as the ball's given to them. Nobody running with any depth and with any purpose. Cavalier allies that little forward of mine. And here comes Roy Powell. And only slow underneath the first tackle. Richard Gunn. Staying up. Wayne. Harkin, good play from Leeds. Getting the ball away. Harkin, Schofield inside. Slip there. Slipped as Rudd went to tackle him. Devori, Powell. Gunn. Goes himself. Good play. Again, Devoti. Sixth tackle coming up, and Leeds at last making some sort of progress. Harkin will put the kick in this time, and the wind will probably hold that up from going dead, and Tony Sullivan in possession. He's certainly got its father's pace, Tony Sullivan. Mike Smith injured, and it looks like another OKR player coming to have to go off, and it looks like an hand injury. Rovers bringing that ball away with Haddy. So Kemmer. And Mike Smith going straight to the dressing room, it looks like. Steve Robinson knocks on. That'll give Rovers a chance to get their substitute on. It'll be Paul Spackman this time. David Ward just shouting at Gary Schofield there to liven him up. It's a penalty at the scrum against Leeds. Richard Gunn feed up. Richard not happy about that, just questioning the referee. So Kingston get their sub on, Speckman, and Fletcher it is who kicks for touch. So Ford keeping that in well and bringing the ball away now. He's got Rumbo with him. Straightens up, goes himself. Good run there. And Phil Ford. His life story featured in Open Rugby this week, and a full colour, page colour photograph of him. And injured in that tackle then. Harkin. Schofield, short ball. Koiti, good play. One ball now, down the wing. He's got Schofield inside him. Will go on stealthily. Oh, lovely ball inside. And Schofield puts it down. Well, a try going big in there for Leeds. Rumbo did all the right things. Schofield dropping the ball. And some wingers would have gone themselves in, and there might have been a chance for Eddie Rumbo if he'd gone himself. He did the right thing, and Gary Schofield just put the ball down. Evelyn working out there on that far side, trying to open up the centres and the weaker links of the Leeds defence. Charge down. And the ball it is, will come to tackle Fletcher, and Fletcher evades him. Doesn't evade Cavalier, and that's bad play from Old Kingston. Nobody there really supporting Fletcher. Addy. So Kemmer. Three-man Leeds tackle, bringing him down. Robinson. Lyman. Is Featherstone known in his days as boss? A lovely kick there from Fletcher, and that's sending forward, scampering back deep in his own 25, and he won't take that ball, and it's gone into touch. So the scrum will form at 10 yards from the Leeds line. It'll be head and ball to Loiners. We'll have to see now what the referee decides at this one, and the referee's not happy with the scrums at all this afternoon, and really getting the backup of the crowd. There's no doubt that when the ball eventually goes in, it won't come out any cleaner than that. And this time he's happy. And Bentley coming infield is brought down by David Watson, the Kiwi. Vorty. Harkin. Looking for runners. Sean Wayne, but again, Leeds not running with any purpose or any depth in their own 25. Steve Malloy. Vorty, Roy Powell. Leeds taking 5 tackles to go 10 yards there. A bad decision there from the referee. Penalty to Old Kingston Rovers, that's a bad decision there. The wind really whipping up now, and Old Kingston not using it to the best of their ability. That kick has found touch, but this is Zulkema to 10-yard mark. Enabling. Watson loses the ball, Gary Schofield picks it up, just takes the tackle of Steve Robinson. Sean Wayne. Koichi running out wide in the far centre position this time. Steve Malloy. Looks under the swinging arm there from Des Addison. Six tackles and Leeds still stuck in the 25. Gary Schofield will kick out of danger. Tony Sullivan this time picks the ball up quickly. Comes across field, out of one tackle and out of another. Roy Powell finally cleaning up from behind. Speckman. Eblin, lovely ball under Watson. And a good tackle there, and a timely one as well for Leeds. Steve Malloy. Eblin again. Run around with Rudd. And Schofield alert to that and quickly bringing Rudd down. A bad ball there, and Robinson can only grasp at it and take the tackle. Six tackle comes, Watson up and under. That's a dangerous one, and Ford be wise to let that go. In fact, it doesn't need to, as the wind takes it well over his head. Harkin, shot ball, Wayne. Malloy, sorry, Wayne, taking a dummy. 30 minutes gone. It's a penalty to Leeds. It's the second time defending there, a high tackle. Leeds taking a quick tap, Schofield bringing it to the short side. Cavalier. Devori's broke through now. Koiti's got Cavalier with him. Rombo. That ball goes behind Eddie Rombo and in the touch. And that Schofield is telling Leeds to settle it down. There was no need for the passing there. And Arkin just done a little bit of coaching. Robinson feeds. Ford attempting to steal the ball, and Mark Caridi roughing up Fletcher there and paying the penalty. Fletcher will kick towards our commander position. That's coming straight for me, but it's going to drop short and finds touch just inside the Leeds half. A scrappy sort of a game, both sides. Eblin, Emma. Richard Gunn doing a tremendous amount of tackling this afternoon. Eblin again, Robinson. Addison brought down. Beckman. Watson trying to put Alice through the gap. As a junior, Graham Ellis attracted attention from Leeds. Oh, a terrible pass there. And it's been spilled, and Gary Devori will clean up for Leeds and just take their hand on the shoulder of Paul Lyman. And here come Leeds again now, Arkin. Cavalier. Just slipping there as he broke free of Nieblin's tackle. Richard Gunn takes men on. Schofield showing the ball, Arkin, Powell. Schofield pitching plane. Cavalier again. A good game this afternoon, Cavalier forward. Devote and Leeds playing some clever football now. Devote straight in through, that's good play. Koiti's got Rombo with him. Richard Gunn knocks that back. Referee says that was a knock-on, which it plainly wasn't. Immediately penalising Leeds for chelping back there. The referee not endearing himself to the crowd this afternoon. That was definitely not a knock-on. Fletcher again will kick for touch. So Kemet. Back on there. Slyman going without the ball. Enabling just having a word to that side of Lyman there. I think he felt that was a good enough pass to take first time, but he didn't drop it very far, only about 3 foot actually. And again the referee just nitpicking at the scrums. It's not really doing the game any good at all, as I'm sure you'll see Arkin's next feed will be no better than the first one. Schofield forward having to reach back for that one and doing well. John Wayne powers up towards halfway. Arkin. Schofield going without the ball, and Cavalier's going to have to clean up. Lethargic looking Leeds really at times this afternoon. Gary Devore, one exception there. He's had a great game again through there. Harkin straightening play up. Schofield. Looking for the gap. Schofield losing the ball. Leeds have it now. And 6 more tackles. Roy Powell doing a good job there. Harkin. Some Malloy through, busting through. Got Coeda with him now. Coeda's got 4 inside him. Oh, bringing it outside for, running towards the touchline, and good tackle, cover tackle from Tony Sullivan. Leeds in the 25, and the crowd really behind the liners now. Harkin missing out Coeda and giving it to Schofield. Field. 6 more tackles, and that was for the Hull Kingston Rovers player. Roy Powell jumping up like a Australian rules footballer to take that one. Penalty there against Brian Niebling, who doesn't look very happy about it. Schofield finds touch, 10 yards inside the Hull Kingston Rovers 25. Gary Bentley. Malloy. Play within 10 yards of the Hull Kingston line now, just to the side of the post. Gun. Oh, nearly there, a try for Leeds. Just a last-ditch tackle, stopped Cavalier. It was a good move between Harkin and Gunn. Harkin again. Roy Powell. And again, Leeds at the yard short, and good last-ditch tackling here from Hull Kingston to keep them out. And if Leeds spin this ball this way, there's... And Cavill goes, and really that would have been better. Bringing the ball out. Schofield. Putting the ball down again. Well, Gary Schofield not having one of his best games this afternoon. It was a good ball and an equally good tackle from John Bentley. David Watson having a moan at the referee. A good tackle from Sean Wayne, knocking Robinson off his feet. Niebling again, spinning round, but getting nowhere. Leads up quickly. Last couple of minutes of this game. Finds touch in the Leeds 25, 10 yards or so inside. It's going to be heading ball at Leeds when they get back. We're just a few minutes of injuries in this first half. And the OKR players injured and Roy Powell. Harkin out to Leeds. Rombo inside. Harkin again. Gibson straightens up. That was a high tackle. Around the neck oil. And Gibson just... Well, the game of rugby league changes. Players were getting 8 matches automatic suspension last season for that. And just a finger wagging and a penalty is all we've got this season. Not that it really wanted it anymore. The referee stops the clock. Leeds fine touch. Cavalier. Schofield. Good tackle there from young Hallis. OKR player injured is Brian Niebling, and could have a situation like that at Castleford where OKR finish up with less players than they're supposed to have. We've already got two players off injured. Will look like they'll take no further part. Anyway, Leeds pressing again now. Cavalier, sorry. The Schofield, will he go himself? I'm sure he will, and that's a try to Leeds just before half time. About 40 minutes are up on my clock. Well, Leeds are going to go in leading well. That's the third try of the afternoon for the Liners. Just one goal from Gary Schofield. Good break there from Leo. He's had a good game this afternoon for Leeds. And again, Niebling injured, and looks like another hand injury, and so Niebling having to go off straight to the dressing room, and so Old Kingston in desperate straits now, man short, and this is exactly what happened at Castleford. Ended up playing with 2 men short. Castleford ran away with it in the second half. Whatever Old Kingston are going to do, they're not bringing a man on for the rest of this half, which will only be a couple of minutes to go at the most. Leeds leading 14 points to 2, and Schofield with a difficult touchline conversion. He's certainly got the height, but it's curling round, but not enough. In fact, too much. It doesn't get anywhere near the post. Well, Gary Schofield tried the Leeds. 14 points to 2 to score. Went into the last seconds of play of this half, and Fletcher in no rush to kick off. I'm sure Rovers will be glad to get him for the Oranges. And they're talking to from Roger Millward. They've had the wind, what there is of it in this first half. And again, that little ply at the kick-off. Leeds falling for it again, having nobody on the 10-yard mark. And Dave Watson in possession. So here come Rovers. Oh, Addison's thrown. Harkin's going to have to tackle him. There should be a try here for Robinson. Well, that slack play from Leeds there, and slack straight from the kick-off, allowing it, falling for it once and falling for it again. Allowing Old Kingston Rovers to kick off and retain possession twice. To do it once is unlucky, to do it twice is absolute stupid. And Leeds have fallen for that, and Old Kingston Rovers back in the game with a try under the post, a try they don't deserve. They've not played well enough to score this half, and Leeds have gifted them 6 points because Fletcher won't miss this one. Instead of going in with a 14 points to 2 lead, Leeds are going to go in only leading by 14 points to 8. Well, then in fact goes a hooter, and that's Billy Watts blowing a hooter, and he's now known as Captain Pugwash in the Leeds camp. And I've been making further inquiries into this, and I understand the BBC have told me that Billy Watts was actually the model for the drawing of Captain Pugwash all those years ago. I'm sure he'll be delighted to know that, and he certainly blows a hooter, as well as ever the old captain did. So, Leeds go off then, 14 points to 8 in the lead. Well, Kingston Rovers took the lead with a penalty to Fletcher on the first minute, after Leeds had been caught napping at the kick-off. Ford replied for Leeds in 5 minutes, 4 points to 2. Gibson had a try, and Schofield converted, 10 points to 2, and then Schofield had a try. It was 14-2, and that's how it should have been at half-time, but Leeds again falling for the ploy at the kick-off. 14 points to 8, a try to Robinson. Fletcher converted, and there we have it then. That's the score at half-time. Leeds 14, Old Kingston Rovers 8. So Gary Schofield gets the game underway for the second half. Lyman allows that ball with his feet before he rings up towards the 25, and that's good running there from the ex-Featherstone man. And scrums in the first half went 4-1 to Leeds, and the penalties were tied at 4 points each. And the important thing is the points. Leeds 14, Kingston Rovers 8. Nabling back on the field. He went off before half-time. It looked like a nasty injury. Thankfully that's not been, and OK out of a full contingent of players on the field. Good running from Speckman and looking to unload. Nabling again in the thick of things. 6 tackle coming up. This is going to go back for the kick, I think. Fletcher will be the one that kicks. In fact, he's got to run it. Robinson will put the kick in instead, and Koiti cleans up for Leeds. A terrible kick there from Robinson. He was tackled just as he was going to kick the ball. So Leeds, Richard Gunn. Just driving it in. Sean Wayne. A short ball and Cavalier putting it down. A good play there from Gary Devolti. Cavalier just couldn't take the pass. Spilling that ball. He's had a good game this afternoon, Cavalier. Get him back into the swing of things. They've been out for several weeks. So the first scrum of this second half. And again, the referee says he's not happy with that. Steve Robinson plates a lap of the scrum. It's out to Kingston. Paddy trying to get the better of Eddie Rombo, and Eddie not liking that. Spackman. Okay, lucky again there with crossing. Spackman, Nabling, Lyman. Paul Lyman, a player that Peter Fox wanted for Leeds in his time as coach here. That, of course, wasn't forthcoming, and then when he went for the Snows, he promptly sold him. Schofield looking for the interception. David Watson. Six tackle coming up, and that's, again, he's missed the Schofield interception there, the referee. Nabling putting the ball down, and it's not a very happy Brian Nabling this afternoon. Arkin. Powell. Looks to offload. And despite the fact that Richard Gunn is a good yard behind Roy Powell when he picks that ball up, the referee says that was forward. And that's justice really, and that's out to Leeds. The referee's never been happy with one first feed of a scrum all afternoon. And that one came out to Leeds and he was still not happy with it. Watson. And Sullivan, Carl Gibson picks it up, will he have the legs? He certainly won't. Steve Robinson catches him from behind. Schofield, Arkin, here come Leeds now, Richard Gunn. Cavalier. Ford having to reach back for that one, not quite timing his runs at the moment. Ford going himself and almost going there, showing the ball, throwing the dummy. Koiti will push that back inside. Gunn, Arkin, Cavalier. Roy Powell, there's a try for Roy Powell, yes. In fact, they've thrown the ball away, Roy Powell. Over the line, that's a tap on the 25. Just stretching too far there, Big Roy. So Leeds not having the best of luck. So it's a bit of a comedy of errors with people dropping the ball all over the place. Harrison. So Kemme. Ball spun out his hands. Carl Gibson in possession for Leeds now, coming away. Nabling wrapping him up there. Copybook tackle from Brian Nabling. Devolti. Bentley running out wide, coming looking for work, running over the far side. Sean Wayne. Oh, and again, spilling the ball. Well, both sides certainly got a touch of the drops of this afternoon. Emma. Fletcher. Watson. Dave Watson will run right if you let him. Richard Gunn won't let him, and Niebling just takes the tackle as always, and looks to be in some pain as he's laid on the floor there, Brian Niebling. Rudd. Emma. Good ball there. It's out to Haddy. And Rambo has him and drags him towards touch. Harrison in the middle of the field, brought down 6 tackle. Kingston Rovers not really making progress at all. Fletcher will put the kick up and it's a high one, it's drifting in the wind. Johnny Bentley takes it safely. And all the players offside there, and Bentley's broke through and would have scored probably then. There's a penalty to Leeds. And Schofield's puts that ball on the roof. Richard Gunn takes the tap. Camarillo goes barging through. Steve Malloy, in fact, just distracted for a moment. Sean Wayne. Larkin showing the ball. Cavalier now rampaging through Powell. They've already took a good ball there, not a good pass from Roy Powell, but it's keeping that ball alive, and they've already took that well. Leeds will use his short side. Larkin. Forward, forwards over for his second. In fact, he's going to run round under the post. He does indeed. They try there to fill forward. .47 that's good run there from Roy Powell and John Ungally. They've already got the ball, he was tackled. Leeds spin the ball out quickly and forward, able to go over, unopposed and take the ball in to make an easier kick for Gary Schofield. If there are any easier kicks this afternoon on such a windy, blustery day. So Leeds 4 tries to the 1 from Hull Kingston Rovers. So Schofield in with the kick. As he's sizing it up, comes in now. That's just Wynn took that wide. 18 points to 8. So Leeds alert to this short kick now and have got men positioned on the 10-yard line. So Fletcher hoofs it downfield, and what a boot he's got on him. And Roy Powell just steadies it with his foot, picks it up and comes back towards the 25. John Wayne. Never feeling if Leeds score again, the floodgates could open as far as Hull Kingston are concerned. Larkin's kick is high. It's for Tony Sullivan to chase, and it's going to beat everybody and go dead. It shows you the strength of the wind this afternoon, but it's penned Hull Kingston down on the 25, which is just what Leeds wanted to do. Watson gives the ball to Chris Rudd, and Harrison will attempt to bring it away. And good tackling from Leeds up quickly. Richard Gunn and Steve Malloy wrestle him down only a couple of yards from the line. Watson slips a lovely ball there, and again that's good play from Hull Kingston. Lyman, Robinson, Oh, and I got back there with a tackle from Cavalier. Good custom action now, makes no ground. Niebling still concerned about his wrist. Lyman. Niebling again. Robinson almost throwing, in fact he is throwing at Arkin, the referee in the way of Arkin. And it's a good move from Kingston. Sullivan. Watson now. He'll try and go himself and Gary Schofield as he wraps him up. And Leeds claiming that Watson knocked on there, but the touch judge and the ref didn't see it. Niebling's long ball is for Heading. Rumbo certainly brings him down. That's the sixth tackle and the turnover, and Niebling still concerned about his wrist. Chibron takes the ball up. Rumbo, Livorti. Coiti. Got a Livorti again. Up towards halfway now, Leeds. Arkin with the kick. Long kick, and that's well taken there by Fletcher. And all offside. Penalty against the Liners. So the substitute coming on. We've got a Livorti is who's going to come off, and David Hurren coming on. And Leeds supporters not happy about that move. Whether Gary Livorti has an injury or... So okay, I'll attempt to attack from the 25. And so Kemmer. Fletcher. Emmer again. Spackman. Fletcher. It's Paul Fletcher this time. Wrestled down, 3 Leeds tacklers in, Schofield as ever. Using the short side with Robinson. Spackman. Short ball for Harrison. Dave Watson. Ball pass and picked up by Graham Ellis. No, Kowal will bring it left. Spackman showing the ball and going himself. 6 tackle coming up 10 yards short. Okay, this is the most promising position they've been in for some time. And Leeds are well hold them out here, and a poor pass. And Bentley collecting the kick there. That's good running from Johnny Bentley. Sean Wayne comes into Niebling, and again Niebling just holding that wrist there. Must be playing in some pain. His fingers taped together. It may be a broken finger he's got. Malloy. David Hurren. Schofield. Hurren again. Forward linking up now. Got Rombo with him. Gives it the ball to Rombo, but he juggles with it there and just checked his step. Chib Gunn. Lovely ball there for David Hurren. Hurren's got Schofield with him. And Schofield will go under the post. Good try there. Superb try. Lovely ball from Richard Gunn. Put David Hurren through the gap. And that just shows people at Headingley what Richard Gunn can do if he's allowed to play football. He's a tremendous football brain. Superb pass there to David Hurren. We'll just watch that again. Richard Gunn with the ball. Puts David Hurren through the gap. And then sprints there up to the full back, and Gary Schofield as ever in support. So Leeds going further ahead with the try to Schofield. And Schofield will attempt to convert his own kick. Still just a one-goal show, Leeds, 5 tries. This looks a poor, raggedy Hull Kingston outfit this afternoon. Certainly not the team that came here and gave Leeds such a fright in the Regal Trophy, when Leeds, to be fair, were playing very well. Schofield converts. 24 points to 8. So Kingston will kick off with Flexen, and again Leeds well positioned for the short one. Powell on the charge up to the 25. It's a good run in there from the big fella. Cavalier. Steve Malloy. Eden. Larkin. Gunn. Malloy, good play again. Gibson. And this could be a try. Tony Sullivan, I don't think they're going to catch him. Everton's getting across to him now. Everton misses him, and Tony Sullivan there. Gibson putting the ball down. Tony Sullivan goes in for the try for Rovers. Superb pace there from son of the late Clive Sullivan. Gibson losing the ball on halfway, and quick pass out to Sullivan, and he was in his stride. David and went to click his heels, but just couldn't get there. Two tries and 2 goals in Hull Kingston. They're coming back into this game. I think they're trailing far too far to pick up the points this afternoon. And Leeds will be disappointed to concede that try. Fletcher's miss is the worst of the afternoon. Doesn't even reach the try line. 24 points to 12 it stays. And that try from Tony Sullivan certainly caused some chanting to be coming in the south stand. I don't really see what that's got to do with it. Okay, our player injured on halfway is Steve Robinson. Schofield will kick off long and deep and taken with the wind, and Lyman has to crouch to pick that up. So Kemmer pushing his way forward. That's good play there from OKR prop. Robinson. Harrison. Niebling. Watson, Dave Watson, clever play and bags of pace. Had a great game here in the Regal Trophy. Been Sheckle this week, much better at standoff, but was picked in the centre to accommodate Mike Smith, I feel. It's for Johnny Bentley, who picks it up on the bounce. Up to halfway before he's brought down by Chris Rudd. Offside. It's a penalty then to Leeds, and Gary Schofield will no doubt attempt to kick for touch. Finds touch just short of the 25. Richard Gunn receiving some attention, but he's up quickly. Up to take the tap. And Paul Arkin just says 2 drives and then spin it. And one of those takes play into the 25 with Steve Malloy. Sean Wayne. And now we'll see some spinning, as Paul Arkin put it. Coady takes a good ball, and Schofield could be in here, Gary Schofield. Well wrapped up there, and a great tackle. Great tackle from Fletcher on Schofield. Looked to try score all over then. Going in for his hat-trick there was Gary. Gunn. Suicide pass there, Richard Gunn. That's we've known in the trade as St James's. That's where you end up if you get passes like that. Roy Powell struggling. 6 tackle coming up now. Well, that move certainly deserved it tonight. Arkins dummy in the kick, Coady. Eddie Rombo. Powering men off, running across field, Rombo. Straightening up now, doing a great tackle. Rombo concedes a penalty, but it was a 6 tackle anyway. Enterprising stuff there from the Kenyan. Dave Watson brought down. Fletcher. Zulkema taking advantage there of a forward pass to get into the Leeds half. Sean Wayne off the side, and penalties coming thick and fast now at every corner. Dave Watson taps, goes himself. And Paul Arkin brings him to the down. Rudd set him play up from matching half-back. So 24 points to 12. There's still time for Hull Kingston to come back. Harrison galloping, Fletcher. A good tackle from Gibson. Ford stealing the ball, if Farina happy with it. And like about 18 minutes left for play. And this is Hull Kingston's chance to put some points on the board. They've got 6 tackles right on the Leeds line. Al just short there. Thatcher who took the tap. And a knock on there. That's bound to be a knock on. That came straight off an Hull Kingston player and straight in the arms of Lyman. So scramble form. Should be a head and ball of Leeds. Paul Arkin just bringing it round. Ford. Is he stepper? He's forward. Give it in. Leeds just keeping playing the forward. Schofield tries a chip over. Lyman sweeping up for Hull Kingston, and it's Hull Kingston possession with Haddy. Well, Powell in quickly there, and Gibson coming up to complete the tackle. Alice. Sulkema. Niebling. Speckman. Schofield going to the interceptions, left a gap there, and Fletcher. And he run-boarded very well there. He shepherded both the centre and the winger and caused the centre to have to take the tackle. And Leeds very dangerous there. Schofield leaving the gap. Niebling. And Kingston under the post for a try. Superb pass from Brian Niebling. Fletcher it is who takes the pass and goes in for the try. So 24-18, Leeds in danger of losing this one, throwing it away, some sloppy tackling creeping in the liners play. I think if Gary scored, we would have scored over there, Madison, the floodgates open, but OKR really now, they're just one score behind. And that'll, Leeds just need to settle it down and tighten their defence up. And Schofield going for the interception there, left the gap, which Leeds really never recovered. Spackman brought down. Niebling, what a superb game Niebling's had again. Sulkema loses the ball. And why Powell accepts gratefully. Niebling's good work, still over. Larkin. Cavalier. Robertson brings Harkin down. Harkin, of course, had a tremendous few seasons at Hull Kingston Rovers. He was very influential in their campaign to get to Wembley when they did in Leeds in the semi-final, in which Paul Harkin was sent off for tripping Tony Curry. Forward. They've lost the ball, forward, and Lyman has it for OKR. Emma. Watson. Alice, Graham Alice. Spackman again. Niebling. Addison. Spackman. Six tackle coming up. Spackman will play the ball. Watson, what's he going to do this time? Puts the chip forward, and that's hanging in the wind for Phil Ford. Ford takes it well, steps out of the tackle, and another one. It's good play from Ford. Now he's got the length of the field to go. Looking for men to beat Rombo. It was a good pass to Rombo, and caught from behind Rombo. Just Ford injured, I think, in that tackle. Larkin. Cummins goes himself. Lyman has it for Hull Kingston, a bad pass there, and Lyman is galloping down the field. He's got Steve Malloy chasing him and catches him, and lucky for Leeds there. So okay, here they come again. Harrison, Speckman. Robinson, Watson. One man who could win this game. Dave Watson. Niebling. Picked up by Allison. Spots the gap and throw there, and that's going to be a try, I think, to Hull Kingston. Oh, a terrible pass there from Graham Alice. He could have took the man on and beaten him, and that could be certainly a point for Hull Kingston. The loss there. That was a bad ball to throw from Graham Alice. Tony Sullivan couldn't take it. Knocks on, and Leeds breathing a sigh of relief. Coming the last 10 minutes of this game now. Arkin feeds for Leeds. Straightens up. David Eden. Cavalier. And Schofield now, what can he do? He puts the kick in. Superb kick from Gary Schofield, finds touch 10 yards inside. Old Kingston Rovers half of the field. And Leeds will want to play this game down here. It's out. Paddy coming in field. Almost through there, ducking under the tackle. It's only Old Kingston Rovers' fourth scrum of this afternoon. It's Backman. Sullivan. And Johnny Bentley and Carl Gibson. Stop the danger. Zukema runs at the centres. And he's brought down by Carl Gibson. Good. Eblin again, Speckman. And the fifth tackle, sixth tackle coming up. Arkin just telling everybody where he wants them to go. Eblin will run it. Just chip over and that's to chase, but I think that should pose no danger to Phil Ford. And looking up, pass there, bad pass to John Bentley, and Bentley's powering away. Eblin and Ford just having a lot of occasion, and Eblin it is who laughs at the touch judge. Eddie Rombo brings the ball inside. Sean Wayne. Ball's out now with David Eden. Mike Coiti, through the gap, still going. Can't get the ball away to Rombo, and Schofield in support on this side. Cavalier. Up to the 25, sixth tackle coming up. What will Leeds do now? Will they kick, will they spin it? Schofield looks for the drop goal. That's high, it's missed. A tap on the 25 for the Robins. And there's Addison. Got some more Richard Gunn for Leeds. Schofield. Coiti now, has he got Rombo with him? That's a Rombo coming inside sensibly away from the touchline. And bad ball from Mike Coiti for Eddie Rombo there. Schofield. Heading again. Goes through the gap. Powell in support. Just can't get that ball away. Move here, Arkin. Trying to burrow his way under, Arkin. Gun goes from acting half back. Gun just caught the knee there, I think, of Brian Neblin. And Arkin caught there. Good play from Old Kingston and slow play from Leeds. Looking for drop goals, and really Leeds will be better running this ball out. Let's see some tries. Coiti spills that ball. Paddy picks it up for Old Kingston. The referee says that's a turnover. And 5 or 6 minutes left for play. Old Kingston still in with a shout of at least a draw here now after. Leeds looking like easily winners. Robinson in the middle of the field with the ball. Watson now. Fletcher. Pass looking suspiciously forward. Lyman. Watson. Chip over then again. This is for Arkin will pick up for Leeds. Ford just shakes off Tony Sullivan. All arms and legs, Phil Ford, and all arms and legs, Tony Sullivan. Still going forward. Still looking for men to beat. Well, Phil Ford certainly found men to beat there, and when there was no one there, he came back to find another one. Great character, Fordy. Schofield, Powell, good play from Leeds now. A knock on there in the tackle. Crowd already starting to drift out of this game. But it certainly isn't over yet. The ball going straight through the scrum. Or should I say, not coming out to referee satisfaction. The penalty there given against Steve Robinson for feeding his own feet. First one of the game. Into the last 5 minutes. And something must have been said as that penalty has now been changed into one which is kickable, and differential penalties awarded at scrums, so that's I'm going to score for have a kick at goal. At least he should put this dead lead, should be in possession again. The first kick is well wide. In fact, it doesn't find touch, so Kingston in possession with Tony Sullivan, and Sullivan running down the middle of the field and up to the 25, and Ryan Niebling luckily there clearing up. 2 balls on the field at the moment, and that's Richard Gunn that gets rid of the secondary one. Rudd. And Sean Wayne gets a crack on the head for his trials. Addison. Leeds back in possession with David Eden. That's Eddie Rombo's had a bang. He's up now, rejoining the action. Carl Gibson goes from acting half. Dave Watson losing his head a little bit there, absolutely no need for that. Steve Malloy into the 25. Seem to have been saying this so much this afternoon. Leeds played much of the game around this 25 area without really looking. Odds on the score. Dave Eden's had a good game since he came on this afternoon. 6 tackle coming up. Eden injured there in the tackle, and again Niebling involved, and Niebling still carrying that nasty hand injury. Player will have to see Steve Eden in such a prominent position. Gets up, should be fit to play the ball now. 6 tackle coming up. It's down for Ford. Ford's drop goal attempt goes underneath. So okay, they'll tap out on the 25. Almost through there, and Arkin had to do the work there and tackle him. Robinson, Fletcher. The penalty given there against Leeds by the touch judge, saying that Schofield pulled that ball out. Silly penalty conceded at such a late stage in the game. And Rumbo takes that, but it's over the touchline, and Old Kingston Rovers. One last effort now from them, surely. True Kemmer. 40 minutes are virtually up on my clock. Someone's lost a bolt there. I think it's Silk. Neebling. Certainly worked hard this afternoon, Brian Neebling. And mercifully, thank heavens, there goes the hooter to signal the end of a dour game. 24 points to 18 sounds like a classic, but it's been anything but that. It's been a poor game this afternoon, both sides not really showing much. It was Rovers that took the lead as early as the first minute with a penalty from Fletcher, and then Ford had a try on 5 minutes and it was 4-2 to Leeds. And then Gibson had a try converted by Schofield, it was 10-2, and then Schofield had a try and it was 14-2, and that's how we thought it should have stood at the half-time. But Leeds were caught napping from the kick-off, retaining possession and going over unopposed. Robinson, Fletcher converted. It was 14-8 at half-time, and then Leeds immediately hit back with a try to Ford, 18 points to 8, and Schofield had a try and converted his own try, 24 points to 8. And it looked like the floodgates were going to open for the Liners, but Sullivan had a good try for Old Kingston Rovers after the ball was dropped on halfway, and then Fletcher had a try which he converted himself, and it was 24 points to 18, and that's how it stayed at the end. The scrums went 6-4 to Leeds and the penalties went 8-7 to Leeds. So there, I hope you've enjoyed the game this afternoon from Headingley. If you have, my name's Stuart Duffy. If you haven't, then my name is Ray French.